Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Tribe UG channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect. It's halftime between Barcelona and Inter Milan, and it's a 2-all draw at halftime. What a game we've had on our hands. But just give me a second to, double check our audience as usual. Just not get things wrong. I burnt my fingers a couple of times for me not to be sure. And then we'll get everything started. But it's been quite impressive action that we got to witness there in the first half. Oh, I think our audios are good to go from my test. I hope you guys are able to hear me well, loud and clear. But what a first half we've just witnessed. Barcelona and Inter Milan in a 2-all draw in the opening 45 minutes. What a beautiful game it is. I must say I was wrong. My prediction was that Barcelona would win it 2-1, but by 21 minutes it was already 2-0 for Inter Milan. And then by the half-hour mark, by halftime it was already 2-2. And I couldn't have been more wrong, and I'm happy to admit that. But Lamine Yamal, what a player! He's giving Inter Milan all the sorts of nightmares that you would expect. So, guys, during the broadcast, let's engage briefly during this halftime session before this game between Barcelona and Inter Milan, because it's really very much interesting. Of course, Barcelona considered a player to injury. That's Jules Koundé, and he was replaced by Eric Garcia. But nonetheless, I thought Barcelona were on top of things. And it's the kind of game that you'd hope or you'd want to watch on a Champions League nights like today. It's really one of those games. It's been quite electric. Barcelona got off to a little bit of a slow start that you felt kind of a little similar to what Arsenal had yesterday. But unlike Arsenal yesterday, Barcelona were able to bounce back in spectacular style. It was never in doubt. But for me, I thought Inter Milan would have done perhaps much more to sort of be solid, to protect their goal. But again, even when they've sat back, oftentimes to try and defend Jan Sommer and to protect their goal, Barcelona have always found a way to poke holes into that solid backline and forced Inter in a way to give away spaces in certain positions, especially down on the right-hand side for Lamine Yamal, and it's not looking pretty. So, yes, Nathan Richard, hello, how are you? Thanks for joining the broadcast. Hi, Z, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the broadcast. Kindly like the broadcast, guys. Like the broadcast. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me what you want to hear. How has been your day? Yes, I can see where as many as 12 on the broadcast. So tell me where you're tuning in from. What has been your moment of the first half between Inter Milan and Barcelona? Let's have a discussion, guys. Z, anything? I can see learning. Hi, Mister. How are you? I'm good. You football? Yes. Football is our thing. I can see. Is it Saprini? Is that how you pronounce it? Uh, Forgive me if I mispronounce your name. I'm not familiar with your language. It says hi. Where are you from? I'm from Kampala, Uganda. That's the part of Africa, somewhere in East Africa. For those of you, tell me where you guys are tuning in from. Where are you guys? Exam Quest Learning. That was the one asking. So for you, where are you? I'm good. I'm good, Saprini. I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Really? Uganda? Yes, I'm from Uganda. Exam Quest. I'm from Uganda, Kampala. That's the part of Africa. Somewhere in the corner, somewhere in East Africa. He says from Russia. That's Saprini. Again, Saprini, kindly forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm not any familiar with Russian, but thank you for joining the broadcast, and thank you for what do you do? A lot of things. But I'm a YouTuber as well. I'm a YouTuber most of the times, among other things that I do. I do digital marketing and so many other things, content creation and all that thing. For those of you that are interested in knowing, guys, like the broadcast, kindly like the broadcast. So, like I said, Inter Milan had that electrifying start to the game. They found themselves in the lead in as early as the first minute through Marcus Thuram, by the way, over the course of 40. I'm a fan of Bayern Munich, love football. Oh, that's beautiful. Bayern Munich, what's your favorite memory about Bayern Munich for the years that you watched them? For me, I think my favorite memory about Bayern Munich, I think was when they beat up against Borussia Dortmund in 2013 in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Very good team. I love Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala, very good player there. And of course, I do root for Vincent Company to succeed. Exam Quest Learning says India visit anytime. Uh, if I do get the chance, I would love to visit India, Mumbai. The reason as to why I would want to visit India is because of that comedian called Iglesias. Fluffy, yes, Fluffy, because of Fluffy. There's a joke he made about his time in India, so I would love to visit. There's a joke he made about India, about how Indians respect cows, maybe more than people because of their beliefs, which was both kind fascinating for me. It felt good, but also found it fascinating a bit. So I would love to visit India one day, maybe, if I do get the chance. But back to football, I thought Inter Milan had that electrifying start, a goal in the first minute through Marcus Thuram, who by the way was a doubt for this particular fixture. And if you observed him, he seems to be playing through pain. The pace at which he does run is quite slow. Yes, exam question says you visit the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal. Where did I hear Taj Mahal? Prison Break. Yes, in Prison Break. The prison who? That's what was his name? Was it the warden, the prison warden? Yes, he was building, mimicking the Taj Mahal. And maybe yes, I would want to see the Taj Mahal. I had it from Prison Break. So Marcus Thuram has appeared to play through a bit of injury. He's been slow. The way he pressed, the way he made his runs, you felt like as if he was playing through pain, and he appeared to be as if he's limping a bit. Maybe I could be wrong, but that's what it appeared to me as far as the course of the game was. And then in the 21st minute, Denzel Dumfries scores that by score kick to make it 2-0 for Inter Milan. Now, Pedri there may have himself to blame a little bit. Yes, I understand he was protecting his head, but it seemed that drove away his head, and then there's Dumfries squad. You say I am from up Ayuda. I hope I pronounced that well. I do not know about that place. About India, I think I've heard about Mumbai. I've heard about what's the other place? Is it Karakata? Something like that. Karakata. And I think I heard about that from the Best Ever Food Review Show by Sunnyside. I don't know if you got the chance to watch that on YouTube. And then there's this a place where you guys are having issues with Pakistan a bit. I do not know the full context, but it's one of the other places that I've had in recent times. Yeah, that's what I know about India. But thank you, Exam Quest, for joining the broadcast. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for extending me your invitation to visit India. If I do get the opportunity in the future, it's one of those countries that I would love to visit. And then, so you felt that Inter Milan were the ones on the front foot in the first 20 minutes. You could say they chanced themselves in a way into the early goals, but yeah, it was beautiful. They got into that early lead, and I thought with a 2-0 lead, they would be more defensively solid, but then allow Barcelona to get back into it. Yes, exam question, you say Lord Shiri, Ram birthplace. Yes, oh, Lord Shiri. Yes, I've heard about Shiri. I think from a TV series called Shiri, something like that. That's where I've heard about Shiri. Yes, I think we watched it. When was it back, like in 2012 or on Uganda TV or something like that? Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. So, anyways, so Barcelona, after Inter Milan got their second goal through Denzel Dumfries, that, you know, by score kick, of course, Pedri moving his head away to literally give Denzel Dumfries the chance to take it in. Because if he had stayed, then it would have been called as a foul, because it would have been like a high boot or a high kick for a ball that was meant for a header. and they would have gotten a free kick out of that, but he drove his head away and allowed Denzel Dumfries to score. But 3 minutes later, Lamine Yamal pulled one back for Barcelona when he scored a very spectacular goal. Now, in the first 20 minutes, Inter Milan were being quick to close down Lamine Yamal because they know the danger that he does carry. They were really not giving him much space. They were closing him down with two players oftentimes, and it looked really quite effective. But I mean, he's that talented a player that anytime he can get away from you, he can dribble past you. He's that talented. Just 17 years of age, and yet he scored 5 goals and provided 3 assists so far in the UEFA Champions League this season. That was his 5th goal. No, actually, that was his 6th goal of the campaign. So it's 6 goals for Lamine Yamal and 3 assists in the UEFA Champions League this season so far. And that was in the 24th minute of the game. So it was 2-1. You could sense a bit of frustration with Simone Inzaghi on the touchline when that goal went in. He thought that his team could have done more to sort of put in a block. You say, exam quest, you say you can visit this place in India. Much obliged. Thanks for extending the invitation. If, like I said, if I do get the opportunity, I'll sure as well put it on my bucket list. I see Santana, Brazil. Yes. Is it Zenom Santana? Are you saying you're from Brazil? Because yes, I'm a Brazil national team fan, and my greatest player of all time is Ronaldinho Gaucho, the assist Moreira. And then I did love, oh yes, oh my God, from Brazil. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. I'm from Uganda. I love Ronaldinho. I love Ronaldo Nazario Darima. Those were some of my favorite players growing up. Rivaldo, Cafu, Roberto Carlos. And of course, that core team of 2002 that won the FIFA World Cup in South Korea, Japan. Very, very good team. So Ronaldinho Gaucho is my favorite player of all time. Don't tell me about Messi, about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho has pure talent, pure joy, entertainment, everything that there is for the game to watch. But also as an Arsenal fan, he sort of, hurt me a bit in 2006 when Barcelona beat Arsenal by 2-1 in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. So thank you, Santana, for joining the broadcast. Do consider liking, consider subscribing to the channel, but much appreciated. Are you from maybe Rio de Janeiro or from that place where, is it called Paqueta, where Lucas Paqueta comes from? Or you're from, is it Santos? Have you ever been to the Maracana Stadium? Babra, you're from Babra. Have you ever been to the Maracana Stadium? Anyway, I have this sense about Brazil that it's a very beautiful country overall, that it's a good place to visit. And maybe one day I'd really love to visit Brazil. From Salvador. You're from Salvador. Anyway, guys, the second half has already resumed. It's in the 46th minute, according to my screen here. But let's enjoy the second half. But it was that goal by Ferran Torres that was scored to make sure it was 2-2 going into halftime. Rafinha providing his 8th assist of the season in the UEFA Champions League this season, and that made that he has a 20-goal contribution in the UEFA Champions League this season. 12 goals, 8 assists, and that's quite incredible for him. What a season he's having. Rafinha is one of those Brazilian players that I've grown to love in recent times. Of course, it did hurt that he refused to join Arsenal and went to Barcelona when he was coming from Leeds, but that notwithstanding, I think he's a very, very good player, and you will continue to probe with this Barcelona side as well as Lamine Yamal. So that's the context of the game. 4-2 Barcelona. Is that your prediction for like Barcelona will beat Inter Milan 4-2? I don't think I would disagree with you, really, Santana, if that was to be your prediction at this stage in the game, because it has been one-way traffic for the better part of the first half. That was after the 22nd minute. Really, Lamine Yamal caused them a lot of troubles down that right flank. You felt that Mkhitaryan and a few others really fell short in terms of trying to close him down. But the second half has resumed, guys, and let's go watch it from wherever it is that you're going to be watching it from. I'm here watching it on my screen, on my computer, by the way, and we'll be catching up at full time. Let's catch up again at full time. But thanks for the time that you've dedicated to being with me on this broadcast at halftime for Barcelona versus Inter Milan. That is 2-2. So, yeah, we are back for the second half. And still, Barcelona are the ones leading the attacks here. They're the ones probably really. I think Jan Sommer will have to do an incredible job in goal to try and keep the scoreline at that. Otherwise, bye bye for now. Let's link up at full time. Thank you so much.